Welcome back to Decor, your cozy corner of the internet where home gardens bloom with personality and purpose. If you're a lover of all things rustic, romantic, and charmingly nostalgic, you're going to adore today's episode. We're diving into the magical world of cottagecore and how you can breathe new life into forgotten vintage treasures right in your own backyard. In this video, we'll show you 19 inspiring and practical ways to repurpose vintage junk into delightful garden art. Think rusty teapots transformed into flower planters, old ladders reborn as vertical gardens, and more whimsical ideas to enchant your garden space. Before we jump in, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like this video if you're enjoying the cottagecore aesthetic, and drop a comment below telling us what vintage item you're most excited to reuse. Let's get started. Cottagecore celebrates simplicity, nostalgia, and a strong connection to nature, often blending rustic charm with vintage elegance. This makes your garden the perfect canvas for expressing your creativity through repurposed treasures. The key to nailing the look is authenticity. Instead of buying new replicas, seek out old, weathered items with a story. Flea markets, thrift stores, and even your grandma's attic are goldmines for this aesthetic. When placing these objects in your garden, think organic and whimsical. Let them naturally blend with your blooms and pathways rather than appearing overly curated. Old, chipped teapots may no longer hold tea, but they make delightful homes for herbs and small flowering plants. Their unique shapes and designs add a touch of enchantment to any garden nook. Simply drill a drainage hole at the bottom, fill with soil, and plant your favorite succulents or pansies. They're especially charming placed on windowsills, garden tables, or nestled into flower beds. Bonus tip: mix and match different patterns and colors to create a storybook display that looks like it came straight out of a fairy tale. An old wooden ladder can be repurposed into a tiered vertical garden, perfect for small spaces or as a focal point in a larger plot. The rungs make natural shelves for potted plants and hanging vines. Lean the ladder against a wall or secure it in the ground for stability. Paint it a pastel color for an added cottagecore vibe, or leave it weathered for a more rustic look. You can also wrap fairy lights around the ladder for a magical touch that comes alive at twilight. Don't toss those old dresser drawers, they can be transformed into charming raised beds. Just line them with landscape fabric, add drainage holes, and fill them with soil. These drawers are great for shallow-rooted plants like lettuce, herbs, or strawberries. Plus, the varying drawer sizes add a playful tiered look to your garden. Stack a few drawers together or scatter them around your garden path for a treasure hunt vibe. Got broken plates or chipped china? Turn them into colorful mosaic stepping stones or pathways that wind through your garden. It's a great way to recycle and add intricate patterns to your design. You can use cement to create custom stepping stones with china pieces embedded into the surface. Choose floral patterned dishes for a true cottagecore touch. This DIY project is not only sustainable but turns accidents into art. Each step in your garden tells a unique story. Vintage birdcages, with their ornate metalwork, make perfect homes for hanging plants or fairy lights. Suspend them from tree branches or shepherd hooks for a dreamy overhead garden feature. Fill the base with moss, soil, and cascading plants like ivy or string of pearls. The result is an ethereal, whimsical display that doubles as a garden sculpture. Add a few dried flowers or silk ribbons to enhance the romantic feel even further. Worn-out boots and shoes may have walked their last mile, but they still have a journey left, as quirky and fun garden planters. Drill drainage holes into the soils, pack them with potting mix, and plant some cheerful flowers or trailing vines. These look wonderful lined along a garden path or doorstep. Mix kids' shoes, work boots, and even high heels for a truly eclectic garden gallery. Old window frames can be mounted in the garden to create vintage-style trellises or garden dividers. Remove the glass and use the frame to support climbing roses, peas, or sweet peas. Paint the wood white for a shabby chic look or let the natural weathering show for a more rustic touch. These frames add architectural interest and visual charm. You can even hang small glass jars with flowers from the frame for added appeal. Old enamelware and galvanized metal buckets are staples of cottagecore garden decor. Their utilitarian design and time-worn patina make them perfect rustic planters. Use them for everything from growing herbs to collecting rainwater or displaying cut flowers. Group them in threes for an intentional, styled look. You can stencil on floral patterns or cottage sayings for a personal, artistic touch. Antique typewriters or sewing machines can become surprising garden statements. Place them under a pergola or beside a garden bench for that perfectly unexpected cottagecore twist. Let vines or small flowers grow around them, turning the metal into a natural sculpture. They don't need to function, just tell a story. Add a little sign nearby with a poetic quote to tie the vintage vibes together. Empty, ornate picture frames can be hung on fences or garden walls to create whimsical windows into your plants. It's a great way to frame your blooms like living art. Use multiple frames in different sizes to add depth and character. You can also string wire behind them to support climbing plants or fairy lights. This idea is both simple and impactful, bringing charm and structure to flat surfaces. That rusty old bike sitting in the garage. It's ready for a new life as a whimsical garden planter. Baskets, handlebars, and even the seat can support small flower pots. Lean it against a tree or garden fence and surround it with seasonal blooms. The wheels give a sense of movement and nostalgia. Paint it pastel pink, mint green, or leave it natural. It'll be a conversation starter either way. Wooden crates and pallets are versatile and easy to find. Stack them for rustic shelving, use them as storage cubbies for garden tools, or turn them into cozy plant stands. They can also be painted or stenciled to fit your cottagecore color palette. White, sage, and soft lavender are particularly dreamy choices. Add lace curtains or burlap lining for that extra soft, nostalgic touch. Old colanders with their ready-made drainage holes make excellent hanging planters. Just add some rope and hang them from a pergola or tree branch. They're lightweight, colorful, and perfect for trailing plants like petunias or lobelia. You can even use multiple colanders for a tiered garden chandelier effect. This is a great weekend project that adds instant charm and functionality. Old spoons, wooden boards, or even rusted tools can become charming garden signs. Just paint on the names of your herbs, flowers, or inspirational phrases. This adds personality and makes your garden feel curated and loved. Use waterproof paint to make them last through all seasons. You can also engrave or burn wood signs for a rustic, handcrafted look. Poke holes into old tin cans to create rustic lanterns. Add a tea light or LED candle and let them glow along your garden path at night. Mason jars can be hung from tree branches with wire and filled with fairy lights, dried flowers, or sand and candles. They add a warm, cozy glow that transforms your garden into a storybook scene after sunset. That broken chair. Turn it into a planter throne. Old tables can become potting stations or platforms for flower displays. Furniture in the garden adds depth, height, and a strong storytelling element. A vintage dresser with plants spilling out of open drawers creates a magical scene. Use weather-resistant paint or sealant to protect the pieces and ensure they age gracefully outdoors. And there you have it, 19 charming ways to turn vintage junk into whimsical cottagecore garden art. Which idea was your favorite? Let us know in the comments below. We love hearing your thoughts and garden stories. If this video sparked your creativity, give it a thumbs up and share it with your fellow garden lovers. There's always room for more whimsy in the world. Don't forget to subscribe to Decor for more garden inspiration, DIY tips, and nature-loving content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time in the garden.